Hello everyone, welcome back to Forex Generals. Today is the 28th of June 2022 and this video is the trading log for today. Sorry I've not been able to create videos for the past two trading days, so that would be yesterday the 27th of June and then Friday last week the 24th. Yesterday I made no trades, that's why I didn't create a video. I create videos only when I trade or when I'm creating a video on tips. For Friday last week I actually traded, however my schedule didn't allow me to create a video. But not a lot happened. I'll just explain what happened on Friday. So if you look at my previous video, my last video, the title of my last video was something like third consecutive red day or something. Friday last week was actually the fourth consecutive red day, but it was a small red day. I think it was just 1,000. I think it was just minus 1,000 or so. So since Friday, today's the next day I have traded, or the first day I have traded since Friday last week. So let's go into the charts. Okay, so as you can see, I took just 1, 2, 3 trades, which you can see at the bottom. I'll just drag the first one to the chart. I took that on the 1 minute time frame. I'll drag it again. Okay, so that was a buy trade on GBP USD. Yes, I forgot to mention, most if not all of the trades you're going to see henceforth, at least for a while, are going to be on just GBP USD. Now if you look at my previous videos, there was one of them where I had the largest drawdown, or the largest red day, of around $7,000. Now now I normally trade just GBP USD. However, for this channel I thought I would add Euro USD and Bitcoin, and that's so that there could be more trades to do videos on. However, being that that's not my usual style of trading, I normally trade GBP USD and GBP USD only, because it allows me to manage my account and manage my risk better. And that was partly why we had the big drawdown day of 7,000, because when the thing with trading multiple pairs, now there's nothing wrong with trading multiple pairs, but the thing with trading multiple pairs is that when things are good, things are really good, because you most likely are going to get profitable trades on all the pairs. Sometimes you'll actually get profitable trades on some of the pairs, and then you lose some on some pairs. However, when things are bad, things tend to be bad on most, if not all, the pairs, and that is where the huge drawdown comes in. So I decided I was going to go back to what I'm used to doing, which is trading GBP USD. And yes, if some days there are no trades, that's fine, that's trading. So I'm not going to change the way I trade for YouTube, for my YouTube videos. So yes, that's why most of the trades you're going to be seeing, if not all of them, are going to be on GBP USD henceforth. So back to the charts. I took this trade on the 1 minute chart. Now what happened was, now the Asian session, let me see where it ended. So the Asian session ended somewhere here. So the Asian session was from here to here. from somewhere here to somewhere here. Okay, so one of my strategies includes or states that when price breaks the Asian session, the bottom of the Asian session, moves back into the Asian session and then creates a 1 2 3 pattern, so which breaks the previous low again and then goes back to break the previous high, I take a sell. So I took a sell here with stop loss at the bottom here, hoping price would reach here, even though I knew it would struggle here, hoping price would reach there and then move beyond that point for a 1.5 hour. However, price went well in my favor, got to this point. Now when it got to this point, I knew price might return because one, price has been struggling to break past this area for a few days now and it's not been able to. So at this point, it's either it's going to break through and continue going, or it's going to bounce back down and break the low here. Now I was expecting price to actually break the low, because if you look at the daily chart, here, you will see, I'll just expand it, you will see that price has actually been going down. So it's certainly not an uptrend yet, it's still a downward trend overall. However, what I was expecting was for price to go up in the interim and hopefully give me my 1.5 hour, but of course, as expected, it bounced back and came back down. Of course, I had moved my stop loss to a little profit there, which is why it closed me out for a small profit of $35. Okay, so that was that. And then the next trade was I'll remove this line. Now another of my strategies includes price breaking the Asian session, or rather closing below the Asian session. Let me drag it to the chart. Okay, so price closing below the Asian session and the UK session, which it did here, and then retracing, and then I took a sell trade here for a 1.5 hour. This was slightly beyond a 1.5 hour, it was like 1.6 or so, and that was a quick-ish trade. It closed in around 2 hours, and that gave me a profit of 1,783 there. And then the last one, this last one here was a buy trade, which was actually on the 5 minutes. I'm not going to explain this much because this buy trade here was actually it's a strategy that I am for testing at the moment, which is why it was just $100 I risked, because if it's not a strategy that I am trading fully yet, then of course I'm not going to risk my full amount. Like I mentioned previously, you can see I'm currently risking $1,000, and I explained that in my previous videos, and that's because I'm currently in a drawdown, so I'm risking 0.5% of my account, not the usual 1%. When we get back above 200,000 to where we were before, then I will go back to 1%, which will be $2,000 per trade. And yeah, so that was it today. So the total profit for today was $1,600. Now I forgot to mention in my last video what my balance was. My balance in my last video was 194,000. So we were down to 194,000. However, with this trade, we are or rather 194,000